Now, the Allegheny Sports Medicine Sports Report.
Hi, I'm Matt Desmond for KDK TV Sports. With names like Chad Hermanson and J.J. Davis and Chris Benson in the not-too-distant past, it's been rather refreshing for the Pirates fans to simply enjoy Garrett Cole backing up the early hype. So far in 3 starts, he's faced 2 Cy Young winners and the pressure of pitching in front of his hometown crowd. In the process, he managed to show us the number 100 actually exists on the radar gun and has recorded 3 wins at a time where the Pirates' starting rotation is ravaged by injuries. Garrett Cole would make his start in his hometown for his 3rd start. Going up against Albert Pujols, he will show his power and command in striking out Pujols on the first pitch there to Albert. He'll go down to the dugout and see the offense take over the show. Pedro Alvarez launches one into right field. He will connect on his 17th home run of the season. A solo shot will give the Pittsburgh Pirates the 1-0 lead. And on to the bottom of the second, you look at Jordy Mercer. A couple batters later goes into the second area of the bullpen. He goes for a 2-run shot. Scoring on the play would be Travis Snyder. The Pittsburgh Pirates go up 3-0 over the Angels. And Marte, he'll hit a routine fly ball, but Peter Borges kind of loses it, and it will go over his head, and Marte will end up on 3rd base. He'll go, and scoring on the play would be Neil Walker. Marte gets the Zoltan sign up, and going over to Garrett Cole back on the pitching side, strikes out Albert Pujols, and he will go and face Mike Trout, hitting 100 mile-an-hour fastball we talked about, and come back and go to his slider here. Mike Trout will go down swinging, and Garrett Cole having a great 3rd start for the Pirates. A bit of a scare here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Howie Kendrick hits Garrett Cole, but he will go off the field. He'll be fine, getting 6 innings in for the Pirates and gets a standing ovation from his hometown crowd. Jason Grilli comes on in the bottom of the 9th inning, and he shuts down the Los Angeles Angels. Howie Kendricks goes down looking, and the Pittsburgh Pirates improve to 44-30. The Pirates go and get the victory over the Angels 5-2. It was just around this point last year, June 16 to be exact, that Pedro Alvarez took over a series in Cleveland. We might be in another one of those stretches now, starting with his 5 RBI game in Cincinnati. That would be an understatement to what Alvarez has actually done for the last 2 months. After a horrible .089 start in his first 13 games, Pedro has actually been one of the top power hitters and run producers in the National League. Beginning April 17th, a 53-game stretch, Alvarez is batting .263 with a National League leading 17 home runs to go with 48 RBI. Better yet, in only 3 years, Alvarez is on a pace to become the most productive power hitter the Pirates have ever had at 3rd base. He's about to overtake Bobby Bonilla and Ramos Ramirez this season. Then the only 3rd baseman with more home runs would be Richie Hebner. For the 4th time in 5 years, the Stanley Cup final is tied after 4 games. The Bruins and the Blackhawks have been alternating wins so far, but starting tonight with Game 5 in Chicago, both teams are looking to take control of this series for good rather than trading games back and forth.
Every game gets bigger and bigger, and right now, with it being 2-2, it's come down to a best-of-3 with, a maximum of 3 games left in this year's hockey season. And when you look at it like that, there's the focus has to be, you got to put everything on the line because there's nothing left after potential 3 games.
The police activity picked up early this afternoon at the home of Patriots tight end Aaron Hernandez. This is an aerial shot of detectives searching cars in the driveway of the residence. At least 14 detectives and uniformed police search various areas as they continue to seek clues in the murder of Odin Lloyd. Hernandez still hasn't been ruled out as a potential suspect. At the very least, he is facing obstruction of justice charges, though it's not clear that an arrest warrant was issued today.